Hi, South Africa and Rwanda. I think your countries are about to declare war. And anyways, I don't think you are involved as citizens. I think your presidents are just acting like slay queens. They're busy typing on Twitter. Come on, that should be men. Let them meet at the central. What's actually the central? The right center between South Africa and Rwanda. I think they should meet somewhere around Angola. Yes, they should meet in Angola. And they should finish it off like men. Not typing on Twitter like some slay queens. They should really face each other like men. We don't have time for Twitter and all this nonsense that's going on. We need a proper confrontation from men. But anyways, I'm just imagining as well. Just imagine what could happen if we have maybe we are now asking each and every youth in South Africa to come and fight the Rwandan forces. I'm just going to put a hunch. Who would you choose? Somizi? Anyways, this is just a joke. Now let's get into the real story. Now, the ongoing conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, is one of the most intractable conflicts or the crises in Africa. For decades, the region has been plagued by armed groups, instability, and foreign interference. I mean, very, very large corporations are involved in DRC. Now, a key player in this conflict is the M23 rebel group. Now, this has been accused of many war crimes, and obviously it's been seizing territories that belong to the DRC government. So now the Congolese government and the international organizations have repeatedly accused the Rwandan forces for backing up the M23, a claim that Rwanda is always denying. Now, the involvement of regional forces has further escalated the conflict between Rwanda and South Africa. Now, let's get back to the story. So now, SADC, which is called the Southern African Development Community, has deployed troops under a mission that they call the SADC mission to DRC. Now, this is when governments are combating the DRC forces to make sure that they can undo the damage that has been done by the M23 rebels. Now, this mission includes soldiers from South Africa, Malawi, Tanzania, and obviously the aim is to restore order in the region. But however, this in particular has put the SADC troops in direct confrontation with the M23, leading to growing tensions within the region, and especially between South Africa and Rwanda. Now, this is where it gets very interesting. Now, South Africa enters. The situation is escalated dramatically, which is now causing South Africa to have suffered losses of 13 soldiers. And the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, confirmed that 13 soldiers were killed in combat against the M23 rebels and alleged the involvement of the Rwanda Defence Forces. And in this, the president of South Africa made one mistake. He called the Rwandan forces a militia and not an army. Now, this has actually heightened concerns because also peacekeepers from Malawi and Tanzania have been unalived. Now, in response, Ramaphosa expressed strong condemnation of the attacks, and he reiterated that South Africa's military presence in DRC is not an act of war. It's not a confrontation, as we can say, but it's just a peacekeeping mission. However, the Rwandan president Paul Kagame has responded forcefully, accusing South Africa of distorting facts. Kagame dismissed the claim that the RDF was operating as a militia, insisting that the SADC mission to DRC is not a peacekeeping force, but it's an offensive military intervention aiding the DRC government fighting its own people. Now, he further alleged that South African soldiers were not killed by the RDF and the M23 obviously, and he said it was killed by the SADC. Now, this is like a Congolese military, which is the main military army of the Congolese government. Like, how on earth can the military government kill the people from South Africa. I'm not getting it anyway. So the diplomatic fallout between South Africa and Rwanda is now intensifying, and often we're seeing the presidents exchanging public statements that expose deep divisions. South Africa insists it is there to support peace, while Rwanda views its presence as an act of aggression. Now, the United Nations and international community has called to end all the hostilities between the Rwandan forces and the South African forces, and obviously the M23. And let's ask a question. If this conflict is just going to last long, what's going to become of the region? Or are we going to have a regional crisis? This conflict is no longer just about DRC. This has turned into a regional crisis with potential for greater instability in Africa. The loss of South African troops, the accusations flying between governments, and the ongoing violence that the region has ever seen before is raising serious concerns. If tensions between South Africa and Rwanda continue to rise, the conflict could spill over into a larger geopolitical confrontation. I mean, we have countries that are literally ready to just jump on either side. And the key question is, will diplomatic efforts succeed to de-escalate these conflicts? Or are we witnessing the beginning of a more significant conflict in the heart of Africa? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and what do you think about Paul Kagame and what he has done? And this is about to turn bloody. But my South African friends, if you need warriors to go and fight on your behalf, please send Cyril Ramaphosa to go and fight with Kagame. The two of them can bring out a better solution. And you know what's the solution? If one of them goes down, well, that country loses. Till next time.